ALEC committee members.
Chair, so go give again.
Oh, okay, go
Thank
ahead.
you, Chair, colleagues and staff. Those are listening. Actually, we got whole. I'll that the since our other colleagues are saying that they will be at the Albuquerque meeting also. So, we got
Committee members, and Dr. Begay and Dr. Moffat. I think you were trying to get into the conversation regarding this. Let's see if Dr. Begay and Dr. Moffat, if your staff would reach out to the cultural center, the All Indian Pueblo Cultural Center, to see if we could get a room there, or a bigger conference room. Sounds like we're going to have more than 30 people there. And I had told the folks at Hispano 20. Sounds like it's going to be more. The other is to Honorable Begay and Honorable Wanika. The feedback from yesterday's presentation was just fantastic. Some of the young folks, they're really even more proud after the presentation. And of course, even the older students. One young lady came up. She had a note. She wrote a note and wrote down who her grandparents were. And she just says, I really want to learn my language. And so Dr. Rafaelita Phillips was going to guide her and get her into the Navajo language courses, even though it's this late in the semester, in the second semester. So it really, presentation helped. I really feel grateful for you two for coming out and talking to the students. But Ayla and of course L.A. Williams did a fantastic job too. Thank you. Kachin, we move to recognizing guests and visiting officials. We may.
Good afternoon. This is Gordon Eppley with the Navajo School Board Association.
And Ani, this is Derek Franklin from OPVP.
Anybody else?
Good morning, Honorable Chair Stowe and members of the HES Committee. This is Leah Anderson with OLC on the phone today. Thank you.
We didn't even hear you. He didn't hear you.
Oh,
Because
really?
you're mute. He went to the next item already. He doesn't even know that the chamber is not even available.
Okay.
Can you intervene?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Will you intervene or I will?
Go ahead.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
Mr. Chair, this is Dr. Buffett. My apologies. I noticed, I just spoke briefly to Dr. Begay. He was wanting to say something to you regarding the location at the Hispano Chamber of Commerce in Albuquerque. Yesterday, when you contacted Pauletta Sosi, she contacted the venue, and the venue had already scheduled another organization to use the facility. So the Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce is not available for the work session. And we wanted to communicate that to you. Dr. Begay sent information to you yesterday evening regarding this matter.
Okay. So yeah, when Miss Sosi contacted me before 4 or around 4, I called my former LDA, Mr. Mario Kensil, and I said, hey, I don't know if the folks from Window Rock are calling the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And we have at the Hispano Chamber of Commerce a room called the Navajo Nation Room. And so anyway, this morning I was still concerned about it, but even when we were waiting for quorum, I called and I text the contact number to Dr. Begay on his personal phone, and I talked to the young lady. And she looked at her calendar and says, yes, we have a room, but we're closed Saturday. How many people? 20 people. And she booked it. She's supposed to send me an email. She looked on the chamber calendar. So that's right now the status. And Dr. Moffett.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the information. So if that is the case, then we will have the work session then on Friday. Do you know if we will continue into Saturday?
And Dr. Moffett, the other places that we've had large gatherings is at the, and I can't remember the proper name for it, the Afro-American Cultural Center. Now they have some big venues also, meeting rooms as well as a theater there.
Mr. Chair, would you like us or will somebody from your office contact the Afro Cultural Center to confirm a venue for Saturday?
And like I said, the Friday one would be the room that they're going to reserve is probably too small for all the folks for Friday, because it sounds like Dr. Fowler and her staff would be there, and of course perhaps all the 11 members of the Board of Education, including the Doty staff, as well as the 5 members from Hess and 2 staff members from Hess. And I don't know if other folks would be attending.
Chair, this is Derek Franklin. OPVP will be there as well.
So, Dr. Moffett, if your staff could make contact with the Afro-American Cultural Center. For Friday and Saturday. And it sounds like we're going to have, like I said, close to 30 people.
Mr. Chair, yes, we will contact our administrative assistant will contact the Afro Cultural Center to see if it's available for the 2-day work session.
And be sure and let the committee know. Otherwise, we will be Friday morning. We'll be at the Hispano Chamber.
Okay, so for Friday morning, we will be at the Hispano Cultural Center. And
No, you're not understanding me. If you guys can't get the Afro-American Center for both days, then the next alternative is just what I reserved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the clarification.
So if you could get back with the committee on your contact with the Afro-American Cultural Center, then, and it's possible that it's reserved for 2 days, then I will call back the folks at the Hispano Chamber to cancel the Friday meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's go, Ms. Angelica Benali. Could we go to the item to review and adopt the agenda?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Thank you. You have your proposed agenda for the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee, 24th Navajo Nation Council. Regular meeting.
Yeah. You have a copy?
Regular meeting, November 30th, 2022. Presiding, it's Honorable Daniel E. So, Chairperson, the Honorable Carl R. Slater, Vice Chairperson, via telecommunications, Window Rock, Navajo Nation, Arizona. 1, call meeting to order, roll call, invocation, announcements. 2, recognize guests and visiting officials. 3, review and adopt the agenda. 4, review and adopt the journals. There's one for October 3rd, 2022. 5, receiving reports, none. 6, old business, none. 7, new business. A is legislation number 230-22. The sponsor is Delegate Edison J. Winika. Co-sponsors are Delegate Daniel Iso and Delegate Pernell Halona. 8 is close of meeting announcements and adjournment. And it indicates the next meeting date for a leadership meeting is December 2nd and 3rd. Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Ms. Benali, committee members, do I hear a motion?
Motion, Monica. Second, Delegate Begay.
Okay, at last, I'll recognize the motion by Honorable Edison Wanika and the second by Honorable Paul Begay. Committee members, do you have any questions, comments, or additions or deletions to the agenda? Going once?
Mr. Chair.
Oh, yes, Ms. Benali.
Yes, I did email the committee some additional information that legislation number 0075-22 is ready. However, the sponsor is Vice Chair Carl R. Slater. And also a legislation that's ready for HES's consideration is legislation number 0201-22. And the sponsor is Delegate Ricky Nez. And however, I do not see him on the call-in list.
Yes, thank you.
Also, Mr. Chair, there was a request, if I understand correctly, under reports that the Department of Dene Education wanted to present the reauthorization issues and recommendations. And that's for the committee's consideration. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Ms. Angelita Benali, that the presentation on the concerns on the reauthorization, that would be for the leadership meeting on the 2nd and the 3rd.
Okay, I'll put it on there. Thank you.
Committee members. And the other is Honorable Ricky Nez is presiding at a resource and development committee right now at Twin Arrows. If you would text Honorable Ricky Nez or his legislative advisor, Mr. Rodney Tahi, that would work, and we could still hear the legislation.
Okay, I'll do that. However, I did email Delegate Nez last evening. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And the thing, Ms. Benali, what Mr. Tahi and Honorable Rick Nez, they do text us when our legislation is ready to be addressed at the RDC. So let's extend that same courtesy. Thank you.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Okay, with that, committee members, let's proceed with the roll call vote.
Chair, Chair, roll call vote to accept the agenda. Honorable Paul Begay Jr., how do you vote?
Delegate Paul McGee votes green.
Honorable Paul Begay Jr. votes green. Honorable Pernell Haluna, how do you vote?
Alon votes green.
Honorable Pernell Haluna votes green. Honorable Carl Slater, how do you vote? Chair, Honorable Carl Slater votes green via text. Honorable Edison J. Winika, how do you vote? Honorable Edison J. Winika votes green. Chair, you have 4 members, 4 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 excused, Charlene So is excused, and Chair So not voting. Chair?
Thank you. We'll just proceed as the 2 legislations that were in the original reading. So we did not add the 2 legislation. Committee members, let's go proceed to item 4. Ms. Benali.
Yes, Mr. Chair and members of the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee, you have on your agenda number 4, review and adopt the journals. There's one for the committee's consideration for October 3rd, 2022. And I believe Ms. Chi did email it out to the committee members for their review. Thank you.
Committee members, how do you wish to proceed on this? Motion by Honorable Paul Begay. Do I hear a second?
Second, Monica.
Thank you. Honorable Winika seconds. So with that, committee members, any questions on the journal that was presented by staff yesterday afternoon? There are no questions or comments or changes. Let's go to a roll call vote.
Chair, roll call vote to accept the journal October 3rd, 2022. Honorable Paul Begay Jr., how do you vote?
Delegate McGee votes green.
Honorable Paul Begay Jr. votes green. Honorable Pernell Haluna, how do you vote?
Hello, vote green.
Honorable Pernell Haluna votes green. Chair, Honorable Carl Slater votes green via text. Honorable Edison J. Winika.
Green.
Honorable Edison J. Winika votes green. Chair, you 4 members, 4 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 excused, and Chair not voting.
Please review the, what is it, 7A?
Yes, that's correct.
Go ahead and read
Mr. Chair.
the proposed legislation into the record.
Okay, Mr. Chair and members of the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee. Let me see. You have your, let me see, 5 receiving reports, none, 6 old business, none, 7 new business. A is legislation number 0230-22. And it's the proposed standing committee resolution of the 24th Navajo Nation Council, 4th year 2022, introduced by Delegate Edison J. Wanika and co-sponsored by Delegate Daniel Eso and Delegate Pernell Halona. Tracking number is 0230-22. An action relating to Health, Education, and Human Services and Navajo committees, approving new grant applications to the Indian Health Service for the Special Diabetes Program for Indians, funding announcement number HHS-2023-IHS-SDPI-0001 for the Navajo Department of Health and tribal organizations for a period of 5 years starting 2023 through 2027. And the legislation, after the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee considers that it is referred to the Navajo Committee for final resolution. And the Exhibit A regarding Federal Register dated Friday, July 29th, 2022 is attached along with the Special Diabetes Program, SDPI grant program, and it's the application checklist. Exhibit B is the attached resolution as indicated. The exhibit sticker is covering the resolution number. Exhibit C is also attached, and it's a transmittal email from the Navajo Nation to the Department of Health, indicating the intentions of applying for the Special Diabetes Program funding. Also, it's a transmittal letter dated November 15th, 2022 to the sponsors of the legislation. Also, the public comment period has taken place. It was posted on November 23rd, 2022, and it completed the 5-day comment period on November 28, 2022, and no comments were received. Mr. Chair.
Committee members, how do you wish to proceed?
Motion, hello?
Motion by Honorable Halona from way over there. And second by
Delegate Begay.
second by Honorable Paul Begay. Thank you. Committee members. Any questions, comments? Going once? Going twice? 3 times? Roll call vote, please.
Chair, roll call vote to legislation number 0230-22. Honorable Paul Begay Jr., how do you vote?
Delegate Paul Begay votes green.
Honorable Paul Begay Jr. votes green. Honorable Pernell Halona, how do you vote?
Honorable votes green.
Honorable Pernell Halona votes green. Honorable Carl Slater votes green via text. Honorable Edison J. Wanika, how do you vote?
Green.
Honorable Edison J. Wanika votes green. Chair, you have 4 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 excused, and Chair not voting.
Thank you for putting that vote on the record. Ms. Benali, let's go to item B, 7B. Read the legislation into the record.
Mr. Chair, the agenda that the committee approved was not amended, and the agenda that was posted has 7A, which is the legislation 0230-22. There's no second legislation on the agenda that was approved. Also, I have not received a response from the RDC advisor. I did text him, and I haven't received a response whether Chair Rick Nez would like his legislation to be considered today. Ms. Chi, do I have that information correct regarding the approved agenda?
Yes, Angie.
We're all so scattered right now. I thought there was, the draft that you sent out had 2 legislations
Yeah.
for today's meeting.
Okay, Mr. Chair, the agenda that was posted that I did send out and was included in the Zoom invitation has 1 legislation. And that was the one that was available according to the legislative tracking. That was available as of 9:30 yesterday morning. And that's the one that made it on the agenda. And then thereafter, about, I think it was 9:45, I received information from legislative tracking that the other 2 legislations were available for Hess to consider. And so I did put an agenda together that I did send out in case that there were amendments to the first agenda to do that. So that the committee would know that those particular legislations were ready for Hess's consideration, although they weren't on the posted agenda.
So Ms. Benali, the 2 that made it through the 5-day comment period, are they urgent? Not then, If not, then we could address it on a meeting on December 7th.
Mr. Chair, the first legislation 0075-22 that Vice Chair Slater is sponsoring goes on to Navigatia after Hess has considered it. And then the legislation 0201-22 that's sponsored by Delegate Ricky Nez. That one also moves forward to the Navigatia Committee as well as the Navajo Nation Council. So they both will, both legislations will move on to NABI and then the council.
Committee members, sorry about that. I got distracted. So I guess as chair, I'm going to make a decision that we just conclude the business for today as we've been, I guess, all scattered. And so with that, on December 7th, then we will address the two legislations, the establishing the outdoor recreation fund that Honorable Carl Slater is pursuing, and then the changes in the burial authorities within the Navajo Nation. That's sponsored by Honorable Ricky Nez. We'll address it on the 7th, and then by amendment, we can add it to the Nabakia committee meeting on the 8th. With ALA committee members provide some direction. Ms. Benali, let's go to item number 8.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Number 8 is the close of meeting announcements and adjournment. And it does indicate the next meeting is December 2nd and 3rd, which is includes travel to a leadership meeting with the Department of Diné Education and the Navajo Nation Board of Education. Meeting location is tentatively now at the Albuquerque Spano Chamber of Commerce. And overall travel days for the committee would be December 1st through the 4th, 2022. Mr. Chair.
And then also, committee members, we do have that public comment period on the Gallup Indian Medical Center location in Rehoboth on December 6th. And we are approved to attend that particular public hearing also, committee members. Any other announcements?
Chair, it's Helena, that meeting you're talking about on December 6th, that's the one that's at the, in Gallup, at the administration office there?
City council chambers.
There you go, city council. Okay, thank you, Chair. That's all.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Committee members, how do you wish to proceed on this?
Motion to adjourn.
Chairs. Motion adjourned by Honorable Mel Helena. Do I hear a second? Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Honorable Carl Slater. Good to hear your voice, brother man. With that, let's go to a roll call vote.
Chair, roll call vote on adjournment. Honorable Paul Begay Jr. and Honorable Edison J. Winika votes green. Honorable Pernell Helena, how do you vote?
Laura votes green.
Honorable Pernell Helena votes green. Honorable Carl Slater votes green via text. Chair, you have 4 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 excused, and chair not voting.
Thank you, Ms. Chi. With that, committee members, we are adjourned. Be safe, travel safe, and we'll see you in Albuquerque. Go on there. We are adjourned.
Thank you, Chair.